My money's on the Squire. He's got more to prove. Let's see if I'm right. Yes! Yes! I'm going to start betting on this immediately. What do you think about the whole situation here?
I mean, I don't have an opinion.
No.
Other than Bronny's the greatest basketball player on the face of the earth. The debate's now going to be between Bronny and Michael Jordan, not
If it ever gets to that point, I will blow my brains out. It's going to be a fucking train wreck.
Welcome to the gray area. My name's Greg. That's Ray.
Hey.
Paul's behind the camera with the mic this time.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Thanks for being quiet
Look
with
at
it, not screaming. We're here to drink beer and talk about sports.
Let's get after it.
Oh, so delayed.
Paul's first time with the mic, and he's super off
that's
on
fine.
it. You'll get used to it. It comes with time.
I don't think I will.
So today we're going to switch up the format a little bit, and we're going to do our weird sports first.
Let's go.
I'm so excited for this one.
I'm amped.
I've actually been hoping to do this one for a while, or wanting to do this one for a while. This is the wild world of medieval combat sports.
Oh.
It's sick. So particularly today, the videos we're going to watch are from a league called Armored MMA.
Okay.
And
I've
it
seen clips of this in the past, and I'm already stoked.
No, this is
AMA?
AMMA? Yeah. This is just like, this is really as cool as you think it's going to be. So basically two dudes enter the normal MMA style octagon dressed in full medieval armor.
And
with,
only one man
with
comes
weapons.
out?
Yeah, I mean, they survive, unfortunately, but it's pretty intense. So this first video is just a quick highlight, just to get you excited about it.
Okay.
So let's go ahead.
Oh, you're right. They are in, like, full armor. Why are they both in the same color, though?
Because they don't have a team, I guess. They don't need to match their teammates. The referee's even in armor.
Yeah, and almost the exact same
Yeah.
armor. They can just probably see better. He's just wailing on him with that shield.
No, this is super intense.
I mean, that guy's dead.
I love that there was a point that just tactics went out the window and he just starts fucking
Oh,
hitting him
yeah.
with both hands.
Yeah, dude, he's on the ground.
All right, so there's that one. The next one I think is another. Actually, you tell me, Paul. Is the next one another highlight, or is it the points?
Let's see. It's highlights, yeah.
Yeah. So there's another highlight one real quick, and then after that we'll watch. They do a short about how you score it. So what everything is. So we'll go over that.
Okay.
All right, so we're ready for highlights number 2?
Yeah.
See, they're in different colors. He looks like
It's just whatever colors
he
they
looks
want
like
to wear,
a
I guess.
squire, though. He doesn't even look like a real knight. My money's on the Squire. He's got more to prove. Oh. I like the little leg sweep.
I mean, you get points for that stuff. So
So do you think it's like fencing?
no, it's not.
It's got to be knockdowns?
Yeah. No, it's for all kinds of strikes. So you get points for strikes. And in fencing, when you score,
Yeah.
it
depends on
stops.
Yeah. Right, and then you reset.
Yeah, this
that-
doesn't stop.
I meant more like points hitting in the head, points in the body.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a sec. But yeah, this is just...
Let's see if I'm right. Yes! Yes! I'm going to start betting on this immediately.
I mean, this is cool. This takes place in Nashville. It's every fourth Saturday or something like that.
That's cool.
In Nashville. Okay, so the next video is just a short that they put together about like the scoring and the rules. Armored MMA point system strikes.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, this will answer those questions I had.
Yeah, it will. Song's good, too.
Every day on your own. We're going to get...
So 2 points for sword, shield, gauntlet kicks.
He fell down.
I mean, that armor's heavy. 2 points for swords, punches, kicks.
Arm strike. Hand shot 0.
Yep.
Okay.
1 point for leg stuff.
This section's definitely going to have to
If
be
you
muted.
block, you
Yeah.
get 0.
Simple Plan's going to sue us.
I mean, they're using it.
Okay. If you land in a dominant position, it's 2.
Yep.
So, like when that guy leg sweat, when they landed on their backs
Yep.
together, that's 1.
And then non-dominant
Yeah.
position strikes get 1 point. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, like smacking somebody on the ground. Headbutt. 0
No
points.
And no points for jumping on your opponent.
He just somersaults into him.
There's other leagues. This is just the one that, Nashville Armored Combat, I think is what started it, and then it's Armored MMA now. But there's like team fighting and like giant fights where a bunch of dudes run together.
Weekly?
Yeah, this event they do weekly. But yeah, I have another video, I believe. Paul, is there another one there? No? It's a whole fight. Okay. Well, I thought I pulled up an entire fight. I guess not. But that's okay.
We'll get them next week.
Yeah, you get the
Yeah, we can come back to
the point of it.
Yeah.
We should probably do a whole video where we just react to an entire fight.
I'm down.
I almost spent my entire show prep just watching fight videos.
Just becoming
yeah,
acclimated?
it was awesome.
Yeah, okay.
And I can't believe how long these guys go and like that people used to fight actual wars in this armor.
I'm sure it's brutally tiring.
I know. And you like watch movies and stuff and they're just going forever and killing 1,000 people.
Right.
No, these dudes are wrecked. And I'm sure these guys are in really good shape too.
Sure.
They wouldn't be doing this if they weren't be. Yeah. So.
At least conditioning wise for sure. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that is Armored MMA.
I'm excited. We should make that a reoccurring segment if they're constantly making content. Yeah.
Yeah, if they do one a month, we can react to that every month. I think we should go.
Just call it the weekly night update.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Nashville's only 5 hours from here, so
we could pack up and go.
Live reactions.
Live reactions.
We could vlog it. That'd be fun.
We could vlog it. Yeah. Also,
don't roll your eyes at me. It's a great idea.
Also, now that Paul has a microphone, I guess he's just in charge of the puns now. Is that what we're doing? He's a pun guy.
Maybe we should take Paul's mic.
That funny.
Yeah, we should probably smash that mic, but
we'll see how this one goes.
I'm kidding. We love you. Make our videos run good.
The insult was already put out there. I'm already hurt.
No, okay.
Please help us.
He'll get over it.
All right. Let's move on. Now that that's over. So
all right.
Now that we've decided we're going to continue to do that.
Back to the mundane.
Back to the less fun stuff. It's still fun. NHL Draft happened. We were going to do this last week, but we took last week off because of the holiday.
I'll be delayed as well.
Yeah. So the number one overall draft pick is the only thing I'm going to cover as far as the draft goes, and that's Macklin Celebrini, who was projected to be the number one overall pick. He was drafted by the San Jose Sharks. He's 18 years old. He's 6 foot, 196 pounds, and he plays center. Again, he was the top prospect headed into the draft. Some of his highlights, I guess, and his accomplishments. He was a U18 World Junior Champion bronze medal winner.
Oh, nice.
Championships bronze medal because bronze is not the champion. NCAA first team All-American, NCAA top collegiate player, United States Hockey League, all rookie team, first all-star team, forward of the year, most points, player of the year, and rookie of the year.
So he really cleaned up there.
Yeah.
It makes sense why he's projected to be one.
Yep. And I have one quick highlight of him that we'll show. There was tons more, obviously, but this is actually the first one I saw, and I just stuck with it. I was like, I'm not gonna bore us with too many, but here we go.
See,
yeah,
that
sick
was
goal.
dirty.
Yep.
So he's 71 in the red.
Yeah, for Boston University.
He scored on Halsey too. That's nuts. That's like when I score on you in NHL. It's the only way I know how to score.
Yeah. Shut up. Stop.
Yeah, he tucked that right in.
So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. So if you can bring that up to the big leagues, then that'll be fun to watch. Kind of like Connor Bedard,
and he did.
Yep. So I really wanted to compare him to like other number one draft picks, but all of these guys won so many like awards and honors in their respective leagues that it's not worth going into detail.
Sure.
So if you're interested in that stuff, you can check out eliteprospects.com, which is where I got his stats from.
Coming with sources.
Yeah, and you
got a plug.
You can find any player in the league, and it'll show you all of their accomplishments in the NHL and prior, which is pretty cool. So, like Celebrini got 27 awards / recognitions before the NHL. Compared to Connor Bedard, he had 35.
Oh, wow.
And then Connor McDavid had 36. coming into the NHL.
Okay.
So, and they were all pretty similar things. That being said, I also wanted to talk about Connor Bedard's rookie year and kind of show how or see how he stacks up against some other overall first overall draft picks. So this year, Connor Bedard finished this season with 61 points in 68 games, which is just under a point per game, 22 goals, 39 assists, 19 minutes and 47-second time on ice average. He was all rookie team. He was named an all-star, but he didn't play in the game because of an injury.
Right.
Most rookie assists, most rookie goals, most rookie points, 3-time rookie of the month, and rookie of the year.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a lot for 1 year. Also, I don't know how often it happens in the NHL, but in the NBA, people don't make an All-Star game as a rookie usually, like, at all.
Right.
Like Wembanyama was crazy this year and didn't make it. So.
Well, he did all this with an injury he was put
Yeah.
out for I don't know how many weeks.
Yeah.
So I mean, he only played 68 of the 82 games,
and he was that far ahead of everybody that nobody could even catch up.
Right.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So Connor McDavid, in comparison, finished his season 48 points in 45 games. So he was just over a point per game. 16 goals, 32 assists, all rookie team, 3-time rookie of the month also. He did not make rookie of the year, but that's because he played just about half the games.
Right.
He was also injured that season. And then the rest of these guys I have, guys that I'm a fan of and also I think other people would just recognize. So like Austin Matthews finished 69 points in 82 games. He was all rookie team. He all-star game his rookie season, and he was rookie of the year. Patrick Kane, 72 points in 82 games.
That was a while ago.
Rookie of the year. Yep. Yeah, that was 2007. Sidney Crosby. All right, so this next two like blow my mind. So Sidney Crosby was drafted first overall in 2005.
Okay.
He finished his season with 102 points in 81 games. He was not rookie of the year. Right? Yeah. So he was sorry. I was looking at my stats and
You're
I
the
don't
one with the fact sheets.
Yeah, right.
He was not rookie of the year. Alex Ovechkin was drafted in 2004.
Okay.
He finished his rookie season, which was 2005, the same as Sidney Crosby, with 106 points in 81 games. So it's a 4-point difference, and then he ended up winning rookie of the year.
I want to see who got rookie of the year. You said it was in 05 that he was drafted?
It was Ovechkin.
No. When was Crosby drafted?
Oh, yeah, he was drafted in 05. I didn't even look up who rookie of the year was
check
in
real
05.
fast. Oh, no, that's going back. So it would be 04. Oh, wait, they were the same year.
Well, Crosby was drafted first overall in 05, and Ovechkin was drafted first overall in 04,
Okay.
but their rookie year was the same year.
I got it. Okay.
So
okay.
Ovechkin didn't play that first year.
Got it.
So
There it is.
so they were both overall draft picks,
Right.
but I don't know who the rookie of the year was in 2005 if it wasn't.
It's probably the same
Or
rules.
sorry, 2004. I don't know who the rookie of the year was.
Okay.
For Ovechkin's season. That's where
Gotcha.
it's confusing because he was drafted a year prior.
04's was Andrew Raycroft,
There you go.
goaltender for the Bruins.
Yeah, nobody's heard of that guy.
Yeah, well, I needed to know. You know, I needed to know.
So yeah, all of the players on the list that I came up with: McDavid, Matthews, Patrick Kane, Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin. They were all rookies of the year except for Crosby because he lost to because he lost to Ovechkin, and McDavid because his season was cut short.
Right.
He didn't get to play. So,
Yeah, that's interesting. Let's see how he stacks up in the long run. The
Yeah,
new guy.
yeah.
What'd you say his last name was again?
that's Celebrini.
Celebrini.
Yeah.
Okay.
But really, I just wanted to show that Connor Bedard's on track with everybody, with all these rookie
the
seasons.
legends
Yeah.
that you named.
So
yeah.
that's pretty cool. So we'll see if Celebrini can do the same thing. All of these guys are, living up to their hype, I think.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Nate McKinnon is also, he was the number one draft pick. He's
He's a
living up to his,
stud.
yeah, he's living up to his hype as well. The only other thing that I want to touch on for the NHL is our boy Patrick Maroon.
Yeah.
So you know how he got traded to Boston, and we did a whole segment about him going
Right.
to Boston.
Fat Maroon.
Yeah.
Making fun of him for eating pizza and stuff.
Yeah. So he got traded from Boston again to Chicago.
Oh my God, the poor guy. He can't catch a break.
He's like a trader now. The St. Louis boy
I
playing for
know.
two of our
Boston
least
and the
favorite
Blackhawks,
teams.
And
Yeah.
the Blackhawks aren't very good right now either. So
I
he just
know.
got, because the Bruins at least were good.
Right.
He got sent off to Chicago to just waste away. He's like got to
Yep.
be towards the end of his career here.
So we'll see how he does with Connor Bedard next year.
Yeah.
So he
Send him
signed
out
a
to the pasture.
do what?
Send him out to the pasture.
He signed a 1-year deal at $1.3 million. So he's the
Okay.
man of 1-year deals, I guess,
Yeah.
because that's how
That
the Blues
checks out.
got him. And
Well, yeah. When you get older or when you're not like super high level,
Yeah.
that tends to happen.
I mean, he's still one of my favorite players.
Yeah. And
He,
he's got 3 cups.
yeah, he
so
contributes a lot to the
He
team.
does.
So.
He does. It's a good pickup for anybody.
But yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do something similar for the NBA. So that'll bring us into a special off-season edition of Ray's Basketball Corner. Play that music. All right. So the NBA draft happened on June 26th and 27th. First round on the 26th, second round on the 27th. And I just want to preface with everybody that's talking about this draft or like leading up to the draft was saying it's really weak. It's not going to be a very strong draft based on the talent, like the pool
Okay,
of talent.
sure.
And I'm going to play a little game with you. So there's 3 Frenchmen that were taken in the top 10. 2 of their names, borderline impossible to pronounce. So I'm going to read them to you. You're going to write it down. You're going to tell me how you think
How it's
the name's
spelled?
pronounced. I'm going to show you how it's spelled.
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
read, I'm going to spell it for you.
Okay.
You'll write it down, and then you'll try to say it. Yeah. An
A
NBA
French
French
spelling
spelling bee. Okay, so we'll actually get started with the first overall pick. Is a Frenchman. His first name, Zachrie. Last name, Risacher. Take a second. Look at that.
Risacher.
Yes. So take a second. Look at that. Tell me how you think that's pronounced.
Is his first name Zachary or Zachary?
Yes.
Chances of a viewer like who has taken French classes and just be like, these guys are idiots.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. So
I have this dumb American tongue. I can't speak French.
Risacher?
Risacher, you're not too far off. It's Zachary Risacher because they chop off
Yeah.
stuff at the end. Yeah. So that's how you say his name. He's out of France.
I mean, okay. Yep.
He went to the Atlanta Hawks. If you thought that was hard,
Risacher.
yeah. If you thought that was hard, wait for the other one because
Oh,
it's
God.
brutal. But he went overall number 1. He was probably the best player in the draft. It makes sense. He went to the Hawks. He's a small forward, and they need to fill that position. They're kind of blowing it up.
How small?
He's not a power forward,
Okay.
so he's a small forward.
Got it.
I don't have his measurements on here, but I'm assuming he's probably like 6'7",
That's fine.
6'8". Yeah. So second
8'13".
overall pick, another Frenchman, Alex Sarr. That name, no, you're good. You don't have to do that one.
Oh.
That's fine. You would be able to say that. He's a power forward, like I said, also out of France. He went to the Wizards. They need all the help they can get.
Okay.
But one of their best players is a power forward. They were just going like most talent in the draft. You know, you take the best player.
Sure.
So I get it. I understand where they're coming from. 3, first American guy on the list, Reed Shepherd, shooting guard from Kentucky, is headed to the Houston Rockets. Again, their best player is also a shooting guard, but you just got to take the best player available. So it'll be him and Jalen Green, either sharing the backcourt together or splitting minutes at that shooting guard position. 4 is a guy we're familiar with because we watch UConn go pretty deep. Stephon Castle, point guard out of UConn, drafted by the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs needed an actual PG to put next to Wembanyama, somebody to throw him lobs,
Mhm.
run plays with them, because they were running like power, like point forward stuff, and it just wasn't working out very well. So I think that's a good fit. That'll work. Same timeline. They'll develop together. I'm cool with that being
Cool.
the 4th pick. 5, Ron Holland II. It's a small forward. He played in the NBA G League. He was drafted by the Pistons in that 5th spot. He got injured and didn't play the last 19 games of the season in the G League. It was a rupture in a tendon in his thumb,
Yikes.
which isn't like super serious. It's not like it's his legs or his
Right.
back or something, but shouldn't be a big deal. The Pistons just have like the worst luck of all time. So when I hear that, I'm like, oh, they drafted somebody who's never going to play. So I really hope that's not the case. My heart goes out to you, Detroit. They need a win. I'm hoping for the best. Fingers crossed. Now we're going into round 2 of can you say this French guy's name? At the 6th pick, I'll spell it for you. First name.
The title of the game just really rolls off the tongue.
Can you say this Frenchman's name? Tid
Tid
Jane.
Jane.
Yeah, like Jane. And then last name Sal
Al
Aun.
Aun.
Give it a go, buddy.
Tidjane Salon.
Honestly, I think you did better on that one than you did on the first one, so I'm impressed. It's Tidjane
Okay.
Salon.
Tidjane Salon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like lawn, like S-A, lawn.
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
word.
that one didn't seem too difficult, but
When
again,
you're-
I don't
I
speak
guess when
French,
you're-
so
When you're looking at it, when I saw that, I was just like, dude, a T and an I and a D and a J. All right, like, what am I supposed to do?
I would see those names and immediately just crumble and give up.
Yeah,
It's like,
right.
I guess I'm going to cover something
My
else.
eyes glazed over, and I was just like, I'm gonna have to look this up. But another power forward.
did you just hang on? Did you just
I
look
s-
at somebody?
I know.
Say
I did the same thing for Sabrina Ionescu when I was
Oh,
looking up.
okay.
where it just like says it. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So and then I just wrote it down phonetically. So he's a power forward out of France. He's headed to the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte Hornets need all the help they can get. Fine pick. Number 7, I like this one. 7th overall, Donovan Clingan, the center from UConn, went to the Portland Trailblazers. It's a good fit. They need defense. They were like
Okay.
one of the worst defensive teams in the league.
Right.
And they're young. And the person in front of him is DeAndre Ayton, so I don't think it's going to be hard for him to move into that starting spot. So hopefully Kling Kong will get quite a few minutes in this upcoming season. At the 8th overall pick, Rob Dillingham, point guard out of Kentucky, was drafted by the Spurs and then immediately traded to the Timberwolves. I think it was a good deal for both teams. The Spurs received a 2031 first overall pick and a protected 2030 pick swap. The Spurs already drafted a point guard with the fourth pick. Good God.
Firth pick.
Combination of
names are getting
first
to
and
his head.
fourth. Simply stunning. Minnesota needed another point guard because they have Mike Conley, who's good. He's solid, can play both ways, but he's 36. So it'll give him a break. They'll be able to split minutes, and he'll be a good mentor on teaching this guy how to run the system that they're running. So I think that's good. In the 9th pick, the 9th slot, this was the weird one. So Zach Edey, our boy, the center from Purdue.
Our boy.
Our
huh?
boy. God, I hated watching him play basketball. He's going to the Memphis Grizzlies. So this was shocking because most projections had him going in that like 15 to 20 range.
Sure.
I didn't see a single source expecting him to go in the lottery in the 1 through 10. Nobody saw this coming. And I get what the Grizzlies are doing. They want a big to replace that like Steven Adams role that they had before to help Jaren Jackson Jr. defend the paint, be able to produce offensively when needed. Because the guy can score. I
Sure.
mean, we watched him put up 35 in that championship game or whatever, 31, 35, somewhere around there. He can put the ball in the basket. He's 7'4", 7'3".
Right.
He can score. The issue I have is that I don't think he's going to be fast enough or be able to shoot the ball from distance well enough to actually hold a spot down in the NBA.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You watch some of the games. He's not very laterally quick.
Right.
A lot of his game was back to the basket, turn over the shoulder, hook shot.
And that's not gonna fly.
That doesn't usually
Yeah.
work very well in the NBA. But if they set up a system to where he just mostly plays defense and scores when he's like the 4th option, maybe you can find a role, play for a while. We'll have to see. And then we're going to round it out here with the 10th pick, Cody Williams, shooting guard out of Colorado.
I can't spell that name.
Cody Williams? Yeah, that was the weirdest one that we covered the whole time.
The most difficult name.
Yeah, one of the most common names in the United States, Williams. But yeah, he's going to the Jazz. I think the Jazz are blowing up at this point. They're probably going to trade Lauri Markkanen and just be young, and so
Sure.
he'll be fine. So I got some picks outside of the top 10 that I think are notable. 2 of them are like right in a row. It's still in the first round, and the last one's in the second
Yeah.
round, and you can probably guess who we're going to talk about. But first one, Jared McCain, the point guard from Duke, was drafted with the 16th pick going to the Philadelphia 76ers. As a freshman at Duke, he averaged 14.3 points, 5 boards, while shooting 42% from 3 on 6 attempts a game. So that's pretty good efficiency.
Mhm.
Granted, the three-point line is farther away in the NBA than it is in college, but I think that shooting usually transitions pretty well. He's a little undersized at 6'2", but you can never have too much shooting. I've seen smaller guys shoot well,
Sure.
like J.J. Redick's around that size. He made a pretty decent career for himself. And
Look at him
this
now.
guy's got like, yeah, right. he's a head coach. This guy's got a huge following just on social media in general, but mostly on TikTok. He's like completely Gen Z. He's all like like doing
God.
dance trends and fingernails
Awesome.
painted. Yeah. So I'm sure the social media team for the Philadelphia 76ers are elated because they're going to have to do way less work.
You're
You're
gonna
going to
love
have eyes. Yeah. They can just,
They just pull it
he's
from
just
his
basically
page.
going to run their social media accounts, would be my guess.
That's actually why they drafted him.
Right.
Man, all these guys
16.
stink at basketball. We need somebody for our social media team.
If that is the case, that's incredible. But the dude can actually ball. Then second, so Dalton Knecht, the shooting guard out of Tennessee, was selected 17th overall by the Los Angeles Lakers. He was consistently projected to go in the top 10, but luckily he fell out of the lottery down to 17. People didn't see that coming. He's a 6'6 guard. He played all the way through his senior year in college, so he's been doing it a while at a high level. Last year, he averaged 22 points and 5 boards while shooting 46% from the field and 40% from three at a really high volume. He was like the guy for Tennessee. So he can dribble. He can get off the ball. He can create for himself. He's pretty good in catch and shoot situations, which is what the Lakers need. So he's 23. I'm hoping that his game will be polished.
Sure.
He'll be able to drop in, immediately make an impact. So fingers crossed, he's a good prospect. This is like the first time in a while where I'm like, wow, the Lakers actually drafted well.
My favorite part about this is that you spelled out necked phonetically.
Yeah, well, it's weird because they don't say it right. Like all the announcers were saying his name wrong. And then
Connect.
Yeah. They kept calling, just random. Like people were calling him Nat. Like they weren't even. Yeah,
That's not even close.
I know. Like they just weren't even giving.
Maybe they
it a
thought
shot.
he was French too.
He does not look French.
I was about to say, did you actually give Greg the hard names?
Yeah, dude. That second one, that Tijon Ceylon, that threw me through a loop.
Tijon Salon.
I'm still thinking about it. It's got me fucked up.
You're going to be having nightmares about it for weeks. The French.
So the next one is the one that everybody's been talking about. So in the second round, Bronny James, the point guard from USC, was
the
drafted,
greatest basketball player on the face of the earth.
He was drafted
history.
by the LA Lakers at the 55th pick. So there's been a lot of criticism, obviously. People claiming nepotism or le nepotism if you're habitually online like I am. And then people think this cracked me up. So people are just calling like overt tampering. Listen to this. Allegedly, Rich Paul, who's like LeBron's agent, he represents multiple people throughout the NBA,
Mm-hmm.
AD being one of them, LeBron's teammate. He was calling other teams in the draft that were like the people right before this pick and telling them not to draft Bronny because if they did, he would not play for them and he'd just play overseas in Australia for a year and then come back and try again.
Really?
It's alleged, but a lot of people were saying that. So that is overt tampering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
It feels illegal, but I guess it's not. He's just like, hey, I wouldn't because this is what's going to happen. So all that is like, those are all fair points. Don't get me wrong. It's certainly nepotism. And if that did happen, that's hilarious, but also kind of fucked up. All of that aside, I still think this is pretty cool that LeBron and Bronny will be the first ever father and son duo to play together in the
Sure.
NBA. And just as an NBA fan, it's cool to see LeBron be so good for so long that even right now, when he's going to be 40, he's arguably a top 10 player in the league. And he's going to be playing with his son. So he still has the ability to produce while his kid's coming in.
Is it true that he's number 9?
Bronny?
Yeah.
I don't know what number he picked.
Oh, because I saw a picture of him standing next to LeBron, and it was 6'9".
Was that real or was that
I
Photoshop?
have no idea.
Lakers,
I have no idea.
Lakers fans on the internet love photoshopping other players in Lakers jerseys.
No, I mean it was definitely a photoshopped picture because it was LeBron in the background and Bronny up front. Like,
yeah,
it was definitely an edited photo.
But they were going for 69.
Yeah.
Nice. But what do you think about the whole situation here?
I mean, I don't have an opinion.
No?
Other than Bronny's the greatest basketball player on the face of the earth.
That's his opinion.
I told you it's going to be him.
Lock it in.
The debate's now going to be between Bronny and Michael Jordan, not LeBron.
If it ever gets to that point, I will blow my brains out.
All I saw was every time they made a post on ESPN's Instagram page, everybody was like, stop doing this.
Right. 100%. I agree with that. So, but I also just want to put into perspective here. It's the 55th pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Most of those picks at the 55th spot don't see a minute in the NBA. I went and looked. Out of the last 10, not a single one of them are still in the league. And I think the only like truly redeemable player that was selected at that spot is Patty Mills. He's still in the league. He got drafted in like 2009. The little Australian guy played for the Spurs forever. He's got dreadlocks. He shoots. Yeah. So most of the time, this pick means nothing. So
we'll see.
We'll see if he can even produce like a little bit, which we'll see. But it'll be.
Doesn't he also have like a heart condition?
He does. He does.
So he's gonna like have a heart attack on the court.
He already had one, so I don't that's why he didn't play the full season in college. So we'll see how it goes. But he already has a guaranteed contract, which is a little fucked up.
How long did he play in college?
Just this year, dude. This 1 year.
Okay.
Half a season.
Okay.
Yeah. So he definitely, like I said, nepotism. Nobody else would have gotten in the league off this
ridiculous.
other than his son. But like I said, 55th pick. You knew it was going to happen.
If he didn't get drafted, could he just go back to college and keep playing?
I think once you declare, you're no longer eligible to play in college.
Okay.
You can play overseas. You can play for like the NBA G League, but I don't think.
No,
you can go
that
back
makes
to
sense.
college.
They won't let you back in.
Yeah.
Can you still go to school? You just can't go to school.
Yeah, you can go to school.
Can't even get a degree.
You can go to school. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Steph Curry got his degree while he
No,
was in the league.
that was a joke.
Oh.
I just
Then
they won't let you
never,
play.
never. Oh God.
The last horse crosses the line.
Leave the jokes to the professionals.
It's been a long day. My brain's melting.
It just wasn't. It wasn't a good joke. That's all it was. It was just bad.
All right. Moving on. Jesus. I'm going to talk about some off-season activity. I can't even speak anymore. You've rattled me to
You're
my
welcome.
core. All right. So I'm going to start off with the people that stayed. So they re-upped their contracts.
Okay.
They were free agents. They signed. They're staying with the team that they were
Sure.
playing for before. LeBron James signed a 2-year, $101 million contract to extend his stay with the Lakers. I wish he would have taken a little less money. The guy's not hurting for cash. The Lakers need the cap space to play around with.
Yeah,
He didn't take a max.
I heard that.
He
I
didn't
was
take a
about to ask.
full max, but it's still only like a couple of $1 million short from the
Right.
max. So I guess, like, thank you for some of the money, but, like, good God, you're going to be 40. You've made more off of NBA contracts.
Isn't he a billionaire?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes. He's got a $1 billion Nike deal, like a lifetime $1 billion Nike
that's
deal.
insane.
Yeah. So that aside, moving on to the next one, Donovan Mitchell agreed to a 3-year, $150.3 million contract to stay in Cleveland, despite a bunch of rumors saying he was wanting out. And the other big thing behind that is once they got bounced by Boston in the playoffs, Darius Garland was talking, it's the point guard on the team, was like, if he comes back, I don't want to be here. I feel like it's hurting my development. He's getting too many touches.
Sure.
I'm not doing what I need to do. So he's arguably their second best player, maybe third. He'll probably get out somehow through a trade. We'll see how that shakes out, but I can't imagine him staying there. The next two for the same team, this is crazy. Derek White and Jason Tatum both extended their stays with the Celtics for 4 years, $125 million for White, and 5 years, $315 million for Jason Tatum. So that Jason Tatum contract is the largest in NBA history. The contract that used to be the largest was his teammate Jaylen Brown, which was 5 years, $303 million. So altogether, this makes the Boston Celtics the most expensive roster in the NBA.
That's crazy.
With their starting five, collectively, their whole deal, it's $939 million that they're paying these starting five players over the course of their contracts. So, I mean,
they're $1 billion team on the court. That who knows what
I don't know what
the
it's
actual
worth.
club is worth. Yeah,
I'm not quite sure.
But those five guys are $1 billion.
Yeah, essentially. Granted, they won a chip, so you got to lock people down. I get that. And clearly, they're willing to go into that like second apron of the luxury tax.
I mean, Jason Tatum's good. Is he the best player on the team, though?
That's the argument. Is it Jaylen Brown? Is it
Okay.
Jason Tatum? That's because they gave Jaylen Brown the Eastern Conference Finals,
Right.
Just the Finals
Right.
trophy. He got the Finals MVP. So there's arguments. I think it's still Jason Tatum, but Jason Tatum's also a notorious chucker. He doesn't shoot very efficiently, but he shoots a lot. It's the Kobe Bryant effect. People who idolize Kobe tend to chuck a lot of shots.
The more you shoot,
Right.
the more you make.
But that $939 million.
That's crazy.
That is a disgusting amount of money. It makes me physically sick. All right, moving on. Tyrese Maxey agreed to a 5-year, $204 million deal to stay with the Sixers. So that puts into perspective, Tyrese Maxey's a young player. This is his first contract that isn't his rookie contract. So he got a max deal, 5 years, $204 million. That's a lot of money. Tatum got 5 years, $303. So he almost got $100 million more over the course. So it's beyond its supermax. It's as high as you can go.
I don't understand how. I don't
I'm
understand
sorry.
why have a.
Brown got 303.
He
Tatum
got
315.
Yeah, but I don't understand how you can have a max and then go over it.
It's a super max. I don't.
Then what's the point of having a max? The max is just now the super max is the max, right?
Yeah, to an
That's
extent.
stupid.
Yeah, you can pay anybody as much as you'd like. It just eats up
Yeah.
your cap space. But that aside, now that all that money's talked about, and again, I'm physically ill, we'll go to the people that moved. So these are like the trades
All
and
right.
the people who signed
Sure.
different contracts with new teams. So Chris Paul, he was waived by the Warriors and was picked up by the Spurs for 1 year, $11 million. So as I stated earlier, the Spurs need a point guard to pair with Wemby, but Chris is 39. So obviously he ran that Lob City Clippers team a long time ago, so he's
Mhm.
good at setting people up for dunks and getting people where they need to go. He's a legend. He's just getting old. He can't play like he used to. So I think the Spurs brought him in basically just to mentor the young core they have and unlock potential in Wembanyama. We saw Chris do this with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in Oklahoma City for a season back in 1920. Like 1920 season, not the year 1920.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm
Sure.
pretty positive.
You said he was pretty old.
He's pretty old. It could be. It could be actually 1920, right at the peak of the Industrial Revolution. But it seemed to really help
He's
Shai's
actually
progression.
139 years old, not just
That's
39
impressive.
years old.
Honestly, it's impressive that his body's holding up. But he really did help Shai. He progressed. He's a top player in the league. I mean, he almost won MVP this
Sure.
year, and I think part of that was being mentored by one of the greatest point guards of all time. So this one's a heartbreaker coming up next. Klay Thompson leaves the Warriors and signed a 3-year, $50 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. So this breaks up the Warriors' core of Steph, Draymond, and Klay that have been playing together since 2011. Together, they've made 6 finals appearances and won 4 rings. So I think the dynasty's done. I think we can finally lay the Warriors to rest. They're aging out. They're losing people. Just sucks.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it's just we
Can't
watched
do
them
much
be
about
so
it.
good for so long.
Right.
It's weird. It's going to be weird watching Klay Thompson not play with Steph Curry. And I saw a bunch of interviews with Steph talking about it, and he's all bummed out, and then it bums me out. It's a heartbreaker. So 7th, moving on to our next person, Mikal Bridges was traded, and this one's nuts. This trade is crazy. Mikal Bridges was traded by the Brooklyn Nets to the New York Knicks so he can join his
This feller.
join his fellers.
You okay, buddy?
No, I'm having a rough go. So he's joining his fellow Villanova teammates. They all played on Villanova together. Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart. They all won championships in UConn together, or in Villanova together.
It's all that.
Woo!
French.
Got it. Or not.
Yeah.
It's all that.
No,
French is getting to you.
finish.
Okay, let me collect. All
You
right.
got this.
So, all Villanova teammates, those guys I named. New York gave up an insane amount of assets for him. They traded Bojan Bogdanovic, who was a good producer off the bench, 4 unprotected first-round picks, 1 unprotected first-round pick swap, a top 4 protected first-round pick, and a second-round pick. So it's cool to see all the Nova boys back together, but they just gave up like superstar package
Right.
for somebody who's like, he's good, but dear God, I don't even know if like the best player in the league is worth everything that they just gave up. But it'll be cool. They should be good. They made a pretty deep run while being hurt this year, so they should get better.
Yeah, cool.
Uh,
See what they can do.
right. And then this one's kind of cool because I do like the Sixers, but Paul George leaves the LA Clippers in free agency, signing a 4-year, $212 million contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. So I guess Paul George got tired of playing with a constantly injured Kawhi Leonard and would rather play with a constantly injured Joel Embiid. So he's trading one dude in the hospital for another dude in the hospital. I
Turns
think
out
him.
he's just at a different hospital. and
Yeah,
it's just nicer.
different hospital, different cities. Yeah, instead of being in LA, he's in Philadelphia.
That seems like a worse hospital.
It probably is. They're probably a lot meaner at the Philadelphia hospital. But I think him getting to be the third option behind Embiid and Maxey is exactly what he needs at this point in his career because he's 34. He's getting older. That big 3 easily makes them one of the best teams in the East because the East is kind of soft. You saw the playoffs.
Mhm.
Boston just steamrolled
Yeah, it
them.
was frustrating.
Unfortunately, because all 3 of these guys are on max deals, they'll have to find a way to fill out a roster around them for basically no money. So by the end of the offseason, you and me might be sitting on the Sixers bench. Like it's
Nice.
yeah, it's up there. It's up there. We just got to throw our
what's
hat
the
in the
what's
ring.
the minimum?
I don't know what the actual minimum is. I know veteran minimum is like $2 million. I don't know
Good
what
enough.
like yeah. But dude, they could pay me like $6. I'd just sit there. I'd be like, woo! I'd do the towel boy job. I'd like mop up the sweat off the
That's
floor.
not part of the team. That's a different thing.
I'm saying I would have dual roles.
And that guy probably gets paid like $40,000 a year.
I think the dude who mops up sweat makes six figures. Like, I'm not even kidding.
What a cool job.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But moving on, we got two more. DeJounte Murray was traded from the Hawks to the Pelicans. The Pelicans received DeJounte. The Hawks received Dyson Daniels, E.J. Little, Larry Nance Jr., Cody Zeller, a 2025 first-round pick, and a 2027 first-round pick. So they gave up a bunch of like role players and then 2 first-round picks to get him. I'm not quite sure what they're doing. That doesn't seem to move the needle for the Pelicans. I think they're worried that Brandon Ingram's going to leave, so they wanted to replace his scoring. We'll see how it works for him. Now, this last one happened most recently. DeMar DeRozan, remember when I was saying he needs to be freed from the Bulls?
Yep.
He got dealt to the Kings in a 3-team deal. So the Kings received DeMar, the Bulls got Chris Duarte, Raekwon Gray, and 2 future second-round picks. The Spurs received Harrison Barnes and a 2031 first-round pick swap. So the Kings basically got DeMar DeRozan for a bag of potato chips. They basically traded nothing.
Delicious.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like they gave up a lot for DeJounte Murray in that last trade and then like nothing for DeRozan, and I think they're like comparable at like skill-wise. One's just a lot older. DeRozan's just older.
Sure.
But that happened, and then I have a last little segment here about the offseason called My Eternal Sadness. The Lakers' main 3 targets this offseason were DeJounte, Clay, or DeRozan if the other 2 didn't
Hold
work
on.
out.
I really thought this was going to be a poem.
No. I'm too sad for poems. Clearly, we got none of them, right? So we'll have to talk ourselves into a lower-level injury-ridden guy like Zach LaVine or trade for somebody like Trae Young, and that'll completely deplete all of our future assets.
I also love how when you talk about the Lakers, you talk like you're I'm there. In the boardroom.
I'm there.
We.
I'm not making these decisions because these decisions are terrible, but I'm around. Due to our salary cap issues, we're most likely going to have to run it back with the same squad.
Due to our salary
Yeah.
cap.
I'm there.
This is your team.
This is my team. I own them. But moral of the story is I'm going to need to up my Zoloft prescription if I'm going to watch us get bounced in the first round again. But that concludes my very rough presentation of offseason moves. All right, then I just have a little bit to cap it off with.
Nice.
So I have some Olympic basketball stuff to talk about, and then we can
Sweet.
call it. All right. So in Olympic basketball, there's a main roster, which we already covered.
Yep.
But there's another team called the USA Select Team, which is like a secondary roster, and it's mostly composed of young players and mid-level guys that scrimmage against the main squad in practices leading up to the Olympics. So, for example, some guys on
just
there.
to boost their confidence.
I guess. Jalen Duren from the Detroit Pistons is on there. Brandon Miller from the Charlotte Hornets. Peyton Pritchard, the half-court shot guy from the Celtics, is on the team. But the guy I really wanted to focus on is Cooper Flagg. He's a 17-year-old that is committed to Duke but hasn't played a single game in college yet.
Interesting.
And he was invited to be on the team.
That's cool.
So he was selected, and he was present at this scrimmage that the USA national team did against the select team, and he was kind of giving him buckets.
Yeah.
I got some of his highlights from the game here. He's playing against like
the best of the best.
Yeah, crazy good defenders.
It's a good pass.
Putback's nice, right?
Did they win this game?
We'll get to it. That was a nice little turnaround J on Drew Holiday, who's like an elite defender. Kicks it to the corner. And he's pretty lanky. He's not like incredibly tall, but
sure.
He can still already shoot, which is huge. I like this play here. The little floater.
Yeah,
showing a little
good.
dexterity. He gets blocked by Anthony Davis. Then backdoor cut. Thunk. The recovery was nice. And then I think this is like a little dime, but the camera has a hard time catching it. Yeah. See how he put it behind his back?
Sure.
Yeah. That's what I was worried about the video being too shifty, but it was all right. But so he was 31 in that. Scrimmage ended with a score of 74-73. The U.S. Olympic team winning by only 1 point.
Wow.
So, which probably means that the Olympic team wasn't trying that hard. But I think it was just cool that he was going at him at 17. He looked comfortable and confident and didn't show any fear.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was playing pro players. It looked like he was at his level.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Which is awesome at 17.
Yeah.
And all of those dudes on there are basically future Hall of Famers.
Oh,
And he was
right.
just giving him buckets. So that's cool. We'll see what
So even if he never does anything ever again,
he did that.
he's got this highlight reel.
We'll see how he plays at Duke. I'm assuming he's going to destroy
Yeah, he's
it.
probably going to be good.
We'll see him in the NBA in like a year. All right. And then to cap it off, this cracked me up when I saw it the other day. They were interviewing all the players for the Olympic team, and they get to Ant Edwards. And the question is, how do you think you'll fit on this USA roster? What is your role? And this is what he says.
I'm still the number one option. Yeah. I mean, y'all might look at it differently. I don't look at it differently.
And how does that manifest? How do you go about it? Just go about it the same way?
Yeah, I just go out there and be myself. Shoot my shots, play defense, and, they got to fit in and play around me.
They got to fit in if they're around me.
So I named this segment Ant Edwards being the cockiest man alive. He's on a team with like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis. Like, and they go, "What is your role going to be?" And he goes, "Well, I'm still the number one option." Absolutely wild, but I love the confidence. I can never tell if he's joking or if he's being serious, but I still think he has that Michael Jordan "I'm better than you" mentality.
Yeah.
So I respect it.
Good for him.
Yeah, and it also made me laugh. So I figured we'd end on that note.
Sweet.
Yeah. You're tapped out, right?
Yeah, that was good.
Okay. I had
That was the longest basketball
I know,
segment we've
dude,
ever done.
I was running out of gas.
I'm not mad.
clearly. I was mumbling there.
That was like 2 basketball corners, not just one.
That's why I said it was
17
special edition.
basketball corners.
Always making a whole room for basketball over there.
Yeah. Well, this is what happens when you spread it out over 2 weeks. I just had too
That's
much
true.
content.
Yeah, that's true. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow us on social media. We got Twitter, TikTok, Instagram @grayarea_sports.
Crushed it.
Nice.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. Take it easy.
Hey, producer Paul here. If you have a video that you want Greg and Ray to talk about, discuss, or even overreact to, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Thank you very much.